Hello, welcome to Transcend World 5. Today's drive is going to be... where is it? Off the grid. Southeastern High Speed, which is a Transcend World 2 route, but it was updated. Going Faversham to St Pancras, but it'll be cut short. So it'll probably be the station shut just before. Driving a Javelin, which is the current UK high-speed service train. While High Speed 2 is being built and will have new trains, there's a lot of controversy about it, which I won't go into. Here we go, off the grid. Class 395 Javelin. Welcome to Fareham. This service will run to London St Pancras, where we will then change ends and head back. Okay. I don't think we will, somehow. That's on, that's forward. Load passengers. I'll put the driver safety device on. I'm sure somewhere in here, over there, can I... Where's AWS? Up the top. There we go. That's on. Driver safety device and AWS use the same reset button. That's the horn. Bit difficult to see while looking out the window, but I can just about do it. So I'll use the horn. Get the brakes set. I'm doing the doors early so that I can go when I'm ready. Only disadvantage to this particular train, I can't open the windows, which is something I like doing. Can pull the blind down a little bit, which I probably need, so down to about there. Bit lower. There we go. And it's because it's late evening, so the sun will be low and it'll get in the way. There's my train. Class 395 Javelin. You've got 20 seconds. I like the speed display in the middle, because you can see what speed you're actually doing without having to rely on the heads-up display. Off we go. Sittingbourne, 1935. How far is Sittingbourne? 7 miles. We can do 60 miles an hour along here. There's a nice heritage railway at Sittingbourne. 2'6" gauge Sittingbourne and Kelmsley Light Railway. The old Bowwaters line. Oh, we're on third rail. There's a class 465 networker, past a line-side hut, concrete because we're on the southern region, ding from the AWS bell, and we've got the throttle or power handle because it's combined power and brake all the way forward or all the way back because it's forward to brake. Another line side hut. Mouse keeps moving when I do the horn. Shouldn't do. There's the crossing that hut one was for. I've got the blind just low enough that the sun won't be blinding me. And we've got some yellows ahead. So if I just isolate the DSD, it shouldn't, there we go. It won't be doing that beeping now. I'll just get the AWS instead. Okay, signal's cleared. So whatever we're following, ooh, line speed. Whatever, there's a few line side huts there. Whatever we're following is a bit ahead of us, so that doesn't matter. I do have to keep an eye out for line side huts. Not like got line side huts on my head. I do have to keep an eye out for whistle signs, especially when we're on or approaching a bend. Hello, class 375. If I miss the horn, it's a bit unprototypical, shall we say. 90 miles an hour once the whole train's in. We've got 3.5 miles before we get to Sittingbourne. Once again, mouse has moved. Maybe if I let go of the stick before I let go of A button, it'll work better. That's better. It didn't move that time, so if I let go of the stick before I let go of A, it works. As long as I bring it back to the centre first. Okay, we're going a bit quick. We got to stop at the next stop anyway, so we'll start applying the brakes. I've set the distance markers so that it does distance in feet rather than yards, just to see what it looks like. And it makes it look like it's further away when it's not. I might just switch it back to yards. We're going to be on time, which is good. When we get to the next signal, I'll apply the brakes even more. Or I might just do it before then. We don't want to miss our stop. But we also don't want to be stopped too short. There's Sittingbourne just round the bend. And nearly 1,000 yards out. Applying the brakes even more. Dead on 30 as we enter the platform. That's actually quite good. And we are slightly down by the time we come to a stop, but that doesn't matter. "20 seconds late. That's well within tolerance. And I've managed to turn off the objective markers as well as stop markers, because it was making it a lot less realistic. While I wanted it to be realistic. So visually it's more realistic, I should say. It's not totally realistic in that I've got the heads-up display showing me line speed, signal aspects, my speed. Off we go. I can do max power on this because it won't slide. Green signal. There's another Javelin coming in. And over road. Next stop is Rainham, 5.5 miles. Don't know how long it will take to get there, but looks like I'm going to be chasing a train because we've got a couple of yellows. This one, and then the next one's yellow. Might need to start applying brakes if the one after it is red. I shall find out relatively soon, because it'll come up. That's a triangular junction. Oh, it's yellow. That's okay. Train in front of us is doing line speed. And I'm actually concentrating on the display in front of me, rather than the heads-up display as to what speed I'm doing. We're not on the high-speed line yet, so it won't do won't show me in-cab signalling yet. That appears when we're on the high-speed line. Right, next signal's yellow. .7 miles from Raynham. A little bit of power, but not too much, otherwise we'll speed. Don't want to be speeding, but I don't want to be going too slow, because I want to try and catch up some of this time that I lost. Going downhill now. Come on, signal change. Onto a 4-track section. There'll be yellows. I'm gonna. It's gone. Yeah, single yellow. That's okay. I can still apply the brakes a bit because I'm a bit too quick. There we go. It's up to 80 now. Next signal is... oh, it's single yellow, so I'm going to have to apply the brakes. I seem to be following another train. Cleared. It's a bit annoying when I'm basically following another train at a slow speed. I have to stop at the next station anyway, so... and this signal's going to be red. I can see that it's red. It's just beyond that bridge. It's gone to yellow. We've got less than a third of a mile before we get to yeah. Now it's a third of a mile before we get to Raynham. Start braking again. There's the yellow. We can just coast into the station and apply the brakes when we are in the right place. We're going to be late again. Probably half a minute or so. Over Raynham level crossing. And we've gone beyond where we're supposed to stop. Ah well. I'm not too worried about stopping places. I'm supposed to stop closer to the end of the station, really. Didn't need to put the emergency brake on. I'm so used to brake being on a separate control. Yeah, we're going to be about half a minute late leaving as well. Oh well, can't be helped. I've been chasing another train. There we go, cleared. Off we go. Rapid acceleration on an electric unit using third rail at the moment. It'll go to overhead once we get onto the high speed one. Hopefully we won't have the... Oh, we've got 2.8 miles before Gillingham. But hopefully we won't have yellow signals as we pass them now, because that other train should be out of section. I don't think we'll get up to 90 miles an hour. In fact, there's a 60 mile an hour speed limit in less than a mile. So I'll probably get up to about 70 and then have to start applying the brakes again. Clear signal! Yay! Oh look, a class 66 on aggregates. Okay, I need to just coast. I'm not going to make up any time. And that other service is hello, weird liveried class 395. I'm not going to make up any time. I'm going to be losing time because of the service in front of me. Can't be helped. All I can do is just keep going at the speed I'm currently going. Single yellow. We're in the 60 zone and I'm doing 60. Gonna have to start slowing down to stop at Gillingham. Or Gillingham, however you pronounce it. Stop. It's just cleared. I've got to slow down for the station. Some 375s in that shed. This is where Southwestern trains have their maintenance depot. Over level crossing. Start applying brakes. Interesting bits of sidings. Just coast a bit because I'll stop too short. There's another class 66 over there, which looks like it's going to be going different. Okay, let's stop and let everyone on. 85 feet away from where we're supposed to, but that doesn't matter. We were 45 seconds late. Ah well. As I said, can't be helped. I'm following another train and that does delay you. Don't know where that class 66 is going. Oh. I do need the brake on here because we're slightly downhill. Didn't realise that. I'm just waiting for that thing to show that enough passengers are on. Closing doors. Releasing brake and accelerating away. Next stop, Chatham, and that's less than a mile. Okay. A little bit of flange squeal as we leave. Probably get up to about 55 before I have to start applying the brakes. I can understand why this is a 60 mile an hour bit, and it gets tighter, so it'll go down to 50. Looks like we're going to be passing another Javelin. Green signal! Yay! Oh no, it's the end of the tunnel. Okay. Gonna be having to slow down for Chatham. It's 30 mile an hour speed limit. That is class 375. Yeah, put the brakes on. We're using the wrong control. Over little viaduct. Still need to slow down. It's 30 mile an hour in a minute. We are going to be late. Slow down as much as I can as we go into Chatham Tunnel. Be prepared to apply the brakes even further. We come out of the tunnel straight into the station. Don't want to stop in the tunnel though. Here's Chatham. Historic Chatham. And we are over half a minute late. Putting brakes on. And stopping. 46 yards, 47 yards. Nearly a minute late now. As I said, I'm doing the best I can. Just looking at what these different buttons do. while I'm sitting here. Supposed to be able to increase and decrease the brightness of the speedo. Doesn't work. Off we go. A little bit delayed because I put the brake into emergency again because I keep pressing the wrong buttons. Roaster as the next one, which is less than half a mile. We're already late for that. There's a junction in the tunnel. Okay. Interesting. And there's another junction there. We should be joining the high-speed line relatively soon. And then heading to... I think it's Ashford. Stop just before London, Paddington. There we go. Half a minute and we should be at the station, and we're nowhere near it. Well, we are, but we're not at it. And to my handful of American viewers, it is pronounced Roaster, not Rochester. Which is why I called it Roaster. And release the brakes a sec because we're nowhere near the stopping point. "22 feet. That's the closest I've been to any of these stopping points so far. I'm doing it without the stopping marker deliberately. I might turn that back on for videos going forward, because it is a bit more difficult. We're on the level I can take the brakes off. It's more difficult stopping without the stop marker. But I don't know. As long as I'm stopping within the station, it's okay. Closing doors now. Doors closed, and quarter of a mile to Strood. Just get up to 30, coast a little bit, and then we have to slow down because we've got a junction. Over river. I think that's the Thames. Not 100% sure. Here's the junction, so we slow down. And we go down to the high speed at Strood. We are going downhill, so I'm going to have to use the brakes to make sure I'm not speeding. This is a tight junction. I can understand why it's a 15-mile-an-hour speed limit. Wouldn't get the advanced passenger train experimental around that bend. The nose would hit the station platform as you came round. That was the gas turbine experimental version of the first tilting train. And we are a bit beyond. Let's just have a look. Where does it say I'm stopping? I can't read that. See if I can zoom in a bit more. Ebbsfleet. Okay. Ebbsfleet International is where I'm stopping. Supposed to go to London St Pancras, but it's not. Come on, everyone get on. I think I might have caught up time a bit. Because I can close the doors before time. .6 miles to Gravesend. Get up to the 15 because that's the speed limit through the station. We're still going downhill at the moment. Then once we are fully out of the station, it's up to 70. So we'll be in the tunnel when the speed limit changes. That'll be interesting. The whole train will be in the tunnel, because that's where the speed limit board is. 45 for freight, 70 for passenger. That's what those double speed limit signs mean. Now I've just got to wait until the whole train is in the tunnel. I've got to keep an eye on the speed limit marker. That little white dot on the speedo at the bottom. Which then tells me when I can start accelerating like that. That's a plus 465. I got to put the cursor back to the middle when I was doing the horn then. I'm glad I've got green signals now. Shouldn't have issues with timing now. I've got 7 minutes to get to Gravesend, which is 6 miles away. Should just about be able to do it. I don't know whether I will have to do the reversal when we get to Ebbsfleet, or whether that will be the end of the scenario. Be interesting if we do have to do it, because it gives a run in the other direction, and the doors are different. .2 miles and 7 minutes. 7 minutes to do 5 miles. 6 minutes to do 5 miles. Oops, a bit quick. There we go, I'll go dead on 70. Signals are clearing ahead of us, which is good. There's another Javelin, or class 395. Just make sure I don't slow down too much, because I want to try and get to Gravesend on time. That's an idea. So we go to Gravesend, Ebbsfleet, load passengers, power changeover, change ends. We go to roaster lay-by. Okay. And my mouse moved while I was doing that. Better. I can see what I'm doing. Another class 66 in the sidings. And another class 66. And another Javelin. There's the foot crossing that we had to watch out for. This bit's not realistic. There should be fencing, because every main line in the UK is fenced. Yeah, we've got a 50 coming up. A little bit of stuttering there. Another foot crossing. Be nice to be able to go a bit quicker than 60, 70 miles an hour. We're going to have to go down to 50. Feels like a snail's pace. Especially when some routes allow you to do over 250 kilometers an hour. See Monday's video for that. ICE 3 in Germany. Okay. Bring the speed down to 50. Do it gently. Don't want the passengers having their cups of tea spilt. We're going uphill anyway, so it'll bring down speed itself. Here's the speed limit. That's the speed limit warning, and we are below 50. Which is for this bend, and then we've got to slow down anyway. Gravesend. Which is a 30-mile-an-hour station. And start slowing for the 30. A little bit more. Just made 30 as I got to the sign. That's good. I'm actually going to be marginally early. I've made up some time. That's good. This is Gravesend. And coast a little bit. Nice bit of purple. Okay, I'm stopping a bit short, but at least I'm early. I can put the brake to that. Let's look outside. Haven't done this yet, looking outside. There's my train. Looks quite nice, doesn't it? They were first introduced in 2012. Crazy that. Introduced for the London Olympics. And they do have overhead electric. It's just we're on the slow line at the moment, not the high speed, which is what the overhead works for. Right, back in. Close doors. Go back to being able to do the horn. And Ebbsfleet International, 1.9 miles, which is where we would normally can go to overhead. But it looks like that's where we're reversing. Going downhill, so I'm going to keep an eye on the speed. We can go up to 70 for a little bit. We won't get up to 70, but the line speed is 70. It just means the 3 minutes that it'll take, or should take, basically it means I'll get there without any issue. I am watching signals and distance and my speed. Okay, there's the 60. I wonder, will I be going back along the same route? Or... oh, I don't need to worry yet. It's still 60. And I've got over... I'm trying to work out how many feet in a mile. I know there's 1,700 and something yards. So multiply that by 3. Okay, now I need to slow down a bit. Yes, I know. Need a 60. I've got a junction, and we are going to the left, which is what the 60 is all about. Do a little bit of stuttering as something loads in. We're going to the left because we're joining the high speed line. And this is Ebbsfleet International. Next signal's red. I want to get as close to the signal as I can, but not pass it. Just like that. That's the shortest distance so far. Unlock doors. Signals go to in-cab control here. Press and hold the CTL button. Where's that? DC, CTL. Pan up, shoes down. Okay, now what do I do? Sounds like the pantograph didn't connect the power over to the overhead wires. Try and raise it again. Okay. Still didn't work. Looks like the pantograph is blocked. Unload all the passengers and take the empty stock to roaster lay-by until it can be looked at. Okay. Does that mean I've got to close the doors? Headlights to tail. Now I can't remember where headlights is. Wiper mode. I've turned everything off so it's a bit more realistic, and it's making me forget where everything is. Headlights to tail. Reverser to off, which is... wrong one. There. Master key out. Head to the other end of the train. Okay, I'll get out this door, which I will close. As there's now no timetable, I can grab a screenshot while we're sitting at Ebbsfleet. You're supposed to be getting off. The train's been... failed. Can't be bothered opening that door. I'll come in this way. I can leave that open if there's no passengers on. Sit down. Master key in. Reverse it to forward. Everything turns on. Headlights are there. They running. Press and hold the DC button. That is that one. Nope. That one. Pan up, shoes down. Unload passengers. Door's already open. While it's doing this, don't know what all of these do. KBB, TBM. I won't open the doors again. There we go. Closing doors. Sorry folks, you'll have to wait for the next one. And... head back to roaster. So, not having to pick up passengers, which is good. I've just got 9 miles. Bit different having a failure. And we just have to go... okay, we'll have to apply the brakes to do the junction. It's 25 over this one, because it's a facing junction at the moment. And then it goes down to 15. Which is why I've slowed down. Slow down a little bit more because we're going downhill slightly. We're currently still on the junction, which is why I'm having to slow down. Okay. We are going straight. Can go up to 60. Dive under the normal line. And join it. And then we can go up to 70. Normally wouldn't be doing this, because these units, yes, they break down from time to time, but not that often. Next signal's clear. At least I don't have to worry about timing now. Okay, I can go up to 70. Well, for a bit. I'll have to slow down for that 30. Which is what I've just had a buzz for. Let's start slowing down to get to 30. After running nearly a minute late, I got into Ebbsfleet early. Which was surprising, really. You don't normally see that. Making up a minute. There's the speed limit. Just after the signal, so I want to slow down again. Oh, we've got the repeater signal first. Just shows that the next signal's clear. Going slightly uphill again. I just don't want to come to a stand on this hill. 30 miles an hour for passenger, 20 miles an hour for the junction, which we're not going on to the junction. We go through here. Still got 7.5 miles. This is... Okay, I couldn't quite read the station name and I've forgotten what it was when we stopped at it. Gravesend. There we go. Power handle 1. Because once we are fully past here, we can go up to 40. No, 70. I think it is. Or, no, 50. And then we're up to 70. 7 miles to Roaster. Not too worried about speed. I mean, we're now out of service. So, can I change? Yeah, it's saying not in service. That means that, there we go, display now says not in service. Which I was speeding a little bit there, but we're in the 70 section now, so not worried about getting up to speed quickly. I mean, it's not as if I've got to get to Roaster at a set time. That's a nice factory. Anyway, back to what I was thinking. Yeah, I've not got to get back to Roaster at set times, so no point going as close to line speed as I can all the time. And a nice gentle acceleration is less stress on the motors. Yes, it's a simulated game, or simulation, so I'm trying to drive it as if it's real life, where you don't want to overstress the motors. Oh, we're finally up to line speed. And I hadn't noticed any of the whistle boards because I was concentrating on what I was saying. So if I see another whistle board, I will do the horn. Haven't seen one yet. We're straight through, and there's the yard with the class 60. Class 66, not class 60. Class 60 was a 1980s loco built by British Rail. Or built for British Rail by Brush in Loughborough. Same basic body shape as the Class 92, which some of them are on the Caledonian Sleeper train, London to Scotland and return. The rest still run under the Channel Tunnel. Okay, I've reached maximum line speed for here. We've got 3.5 miles before we get to Roaster. 2.4 miles, it's a 15-mile-an-hour speed limit. So when that gets down to a mile, I'll start applying the brake. That's Chatham. That we've just gone through. We're on level track. So our speed will just start decreasing anyway. Just noticed I've got 15,000 action points. That's actually quite good. It'll be a gold because it's a Train World 2 route rather than Train World 3. But at least I'll get a decent award for doing this. .4 miles to Roaster. I forgot. Okay, I do need to start applying the brakes. I've just seen where the 15 is. A lot closer than I thought. Really don't want to be speeding as we go through that junction. Signal was yellow and then it suddenly cleared. This feels so slow when you're used to higher speeds on other routes. Even driving Thomas and Diesel feels faster than this. I've deliberately stopped braking at the moment because I was worried I'd stop in the tunnel. Now I'm going to apply the brakes. Because the speed limit starts at that signal. There we go. .15 miles an hour. We've got a little distance before we have to stop. Got about half a mile. This is... which station? This is Strood, so the next one is Roaster. So slow, 15 miles an hour because of the junction. It just feels like you're creeping round. It's a really tight bend as well. There's the feathers showing that we're going to the left. We're going uphill, so I've got to have the power handle at notch 1 as we go around the bend. To join the rest of the southern region line and head a short distance to Roaster. There's Roaster Castle, other side of the river. And we're on a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit here. Over the river bridge again. Which I think is the River Thames. Not 100% sure. I'm not going to go up to 20 or 30 because I've got to stop after we've passed through Roaster Station. So there's no point in increasing speed. We're going to the left. And we want to stop in the sidings. Currently in platform 3 at Roaster. There we go. Nice gentle speed. And we should continue without rejoining the main line. Just got to keep an eye on where that signal is and where I've got to stop. Because we're going a little bit beyond Roaster Station to what's labelled as Roaster Lay-by. Okay, the bend is slowing me down a little bit too much. Ah, it's in the old station. Okay. Nice to know. This is the old roaster station. There's the red signal. At least we're off the main line. Just come to a nice, gentle stop. In the right place, preferably. About now. There we go. Okay, a bit short. Obviously wants me to stop as close to the stopping point as possible. Let's try there. There we go. That was a bit different. I have stopped and I'm now waiting for it to finish. There we go. Gold medal, which is what I thought I'd get, because it won't do platinum. I was 119 feet away at Sittingbourne, 231 feet at Raynham, 81.5 at Gillingham, 50 Chatham, 19.2 at Roaster, 51.2 at Strood, 95.7 at Gravesend, 6.97 at Ebbsfleet, and then it didn't matter at Strood. I mean, not Strood, Roaster. Okay. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. And until next time, be seeing you.